I'ma show you how to act now. I'ma show 'em how to act. I'ma show you. I'ma show 'em how to act.
People trying to say
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's an NFC West battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat. 42 yards on the ground. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 10 yards still left on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nifty move. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
How in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Second down now after the incompletion. Here's Wilson to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And on 2nd and 10 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got some space here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Wilson going to give to Rawls. The numbers for Rawls from a week ago. You see the numbers last week for Davis. In the end, not enough to help get him the victory.
And as we look forward to this week, don't you just get the sense that he's going to get the ball a little bit more? I mean, that's just how it reads to me. I don't know how you're feeling about it.
Well, they talked about that with us this week. That's going to be a priority for them.
Give him the ball, let him do his thing.
They go again with Rawls. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He spins free. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Room past the 20. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reynolds. 23 yards on the play.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go!
And now here's a carry heading left. They find some open field here. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And it's good to make it 14-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive. Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down. 8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. Now a handoff looking right. Slips past him. Where'd he go? And now running right through it. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns. And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it. That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Here's Myers now to kick it away. They start on the ground with Rawls. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. To throw is Wilson from the gun on 3rd down. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the pick six, extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. Spins away. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Wilson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Here we go now. Boom! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run the counter now on first down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. 99 Philly. Here we go. Gone. Detroit.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Let's go. 3-19. Watch you now, Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post grab?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here's Myers now to kick it away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing is Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to roam now. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here we go. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And now here's a carry heading left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and creative. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. The big man. Get the oxygen tank ready. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they Practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over.
After reviewing the play, the moving on the field is reversed.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some space here. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers continue to roll.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Here's Myers now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've hit halftime here in... All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up second down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. On second down, rolls. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard near the 25.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. from midfield now. Here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch. Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead. And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points. And to get a little more cushion. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then. And some room to maneuver. Oh, he slipped right by him. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards on the ground. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think? And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A handoff as they run the counter play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Now let's go. 3-19. Detroit.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 3rd down, that's Barber. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs? Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And Myers able to knock it through on the NFL scoreboard. 3rd quarter from Oakland. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the 3rd quarter. It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive. They need points. Big time. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield. And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that. I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete. Here's Wilson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does the defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. He knows how to find the end zone. That time he just didn't get there.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now receiver in motion left. On 3rd down. That's Yates. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, nice move. And some room to work. Still fighting. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Seahawks are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, 3rd quarter now in Tennessee. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Back now here in Santa Clara, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49er Offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoff. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Barney.
To throw on second down, Pearson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's got room. There he goes left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this down to the 8. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. And with that carry, he has done it. He breaks the single-game rushing record.
How about doing it in the spotlight of our game? How wonderful is that to see all those yards accumulated, culminating in a brand new NFL record?
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Green 39.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And they will take a knee here. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And Myers able to knock it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They set up the screen to Rawls. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On second down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now they try the right side here. Gets around him. And now running right through it. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Come on, team. Hot.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
A very solid gain of 27. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
11 more on that one and another first down. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Niners, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long